I'm surprised you're saying that.
All right, questions
hey guys.
for Coach Roderick.
Week 3 starting. How are you feeling about your offense right now?
Good. We're not game ready yet, but we have a good team. We have upgraded at every position on offense this year. We're, let's say, quarterbacks, replacing a good player, so that's probably a wash. But I feel like we're stronger at every position group on our team than we were a year ago.
Doing health-wise, you guys did a lot of live stuff on Saturday. Did
Yeah.
you make it through health-wise okay?
Yeah. I think we've had one what you would call a serious injury so far in this camp. So we've been fortunate. Guys are doing a good job of staying on their feet and working together. But we have been pretty physical, yes.
Is there any separation in the backup quarterback battle yet?
It's starting to take shape. I'm not quite ready to say that yet. Cade's been a little banged up this week. Just nothing major. Just little, nothing serious. But so it's limited him just a tiny bit this week. But starting to see that take shape, yes, and we'll be ready to talk about that soon.
So is it safe to say that Ryder, Burton, and Jake Retzlaff are the other two in that three?
No, Nick Billups.
Oh,
Nick Billups is he's in the race. Yeah, he's doing a nice job.
So there's 4 in the race.
Yeah. The twos reps have been divided pretty evenly between Cade and Jake, and then Nick has gotten some of those twos reps as well. And when he has, he's done a really good job, and he's done a great job running the third team.
Who was the serious injury that you alluded to?
I'll let Kalani handle that, but we've only had one on the whole team. It was not, yeah. Well, it wasn't an offensive player, but it's Kalani will deal with that.
Was it Micah Harper? 'Cause we didn't see him today.
What's that?
We didn't see him today. Micah Harper was
I can't talk about that. Yep. But I'm just saying we've had only one the whole time. Our team's, knock on wood, we're pretty healthy right now.
Aaron, when you guys scrimmage, do you and the defensive coordinator coordinate like how you're going to approach things, or is it more of a just surprise us with whatever you got?
Yeah, we had in the scrimmage Saturday, we had 2 or 3 periods where we just drive the ball and play it like a game, but we also set up situations that come up in games to make sure they get worked. Because if you just go out and play ball, you might not get a goal line stand, or you might not get a red zone or a backed up on the 1 yard line. So we hit all those situations Saturday. We had 2-minute offense. We were backed up on the 1 a couple times. We were on the goal line a little bit, red zone a little bit. Tried to get a little bit of everything. But then we did have a good portion of it where we were just driving the field and trying to play it like a football game, and got a little bit of everything. And Jay and I have worked together a lot in the past, and so it's been we've been able to plan some good practices because I think we're on the same page with how we've operated in the past, and sort of just doing a lot of the same things we've done in the past, things that have stood the test of time to work.
The reason I ask is because you face this defense every day in practice. So
Yeah.
if they try to give you different looks in scrimmage?
Oh, sure. I mean, once we're playing football, everything's fair game. We can do anything we want. They do anything they want. They've got a really nice pressure package that's been a challenge for us in practice. It's been great to get those looks. I feel like those are preparing us for games, and I think we're doing a lot of things that are going to help them too, because everybody knows we play in a lot of different personnel groupings, and so I think they're getting good work at a little bit of everything.
I saw Jay posted something about that he's got the grades to return. Could he be coming back when school starts?
No.
How far along right now is Jackson Bowers, and do you see kind of a role for him in this offense this year?
He has a chance, yeah. Jackson's doing a good job, very talented. He's learning a little bit more every day. He's a smart guy. I would say he's not quite game ready right now, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if we need him to play this year. And I expect him to play this year. I think he will.
The final drive that was with the ones,
Yeah.
They and Paul were both at center. When would you like to have that solidified on who will be the starting center?
Fairly soon, but those two guys are both such good players. They're so veteran. It's like you don't even notice. We don't even notice when they flip-flop. It's like it's non-factor. I mean, it's kind of that's the least of my worries right now is which one of those two is playing center and which one's playing guard, because I feel like we can we can win games either way. And credit to both of them. They've both been very professional about it, and really appreciate those guys and their attitude, the way they've worked together.
Stepping back from that question a little broader, Kalani said, wanted the depth chart start to come together. How is the offensive depth chart in your mind? How close are you to knowing that one?
We're close. Yeah, we're close. And I think by this weekend we'll be very close. We're going to meet about our depth chart tomorrow and try to set a little bit more, how we want to play in games for the next 3 practices going into the scrimmage Saturday. And then once we have that graded, we'll sort of reevaluate. And then after that, it's all Sam Houston. And so we start putting the pieces together of how we want to use people, who we want to get the ball to, and all that stuff.
How different is Isaac Rex this year compared to last season when you didn't even know if he was going to play or not?
He's a lot more healthy than he was a year ago. Yes, he's running better. Looks like his old self. Last year was tough. It was hard to watch sometimes how much pain he was in, and just the way we had to manage him through the season, through the week, practice week during the season was tough. But he's looking very good.
What's the biggest key over the next couple of weeks? What do you need to see happen?
Just an overall improvement in our execution. We have a lot of new players who are very talented. We've got some weapons, and we have some good. I really believe we've upgraded at every single position, like I said before. But it's a matter of getting the execution down now with all these new guys and really being, mid-season form by the time we kick off for Sam Houston, and that's the goal.
How close do you feel like you are to that? Because I guess it probably goes from play to play, but
we're getting closer every day. So I don't think we're behind schedule, but we're not game ready yet.
Bruce Feldman put out his freaks list today, and Kingsley Sumatia came in at 3. I think that's the highest speed you guys ever checked in on that list. It's just a fun list. You're quoted in it. What makes, in a good way, what makes Kingsley such a athletic freak?
Just it's not normal for someone that big to be able to move that fast, and it's fun to watch him. He's so explosive and so fast, and that's all. Anybody else? All right.
Thanks.
Yep. Good to see you guys.
Appreciate it.
Anytime.
I use Otter too. It's so much easier to just use that, but the good old double pump, the double touch on Otter sometimes gets me. So,
What's your Otter email?
It's I think it's under my Gmail, so Jared R. Lloyd at Gmail.
I'll send that over.
Perfect, thank you.
Correct.
So is it you and Sean? Logan should talk. I like doing it with Brian Logan. He covers some time. He talks about it. Well, if it's the wrong topic. Yeah, but get him on the right topic.
You just can't bring something up right before you're supposed to go to commercial break. Whenever Tuesdays are the worst.
I remember I hosted with him once while you were producing. I can tell you.
Well, the thing is that back
He
then,
hears the same cue as here.
right? Back then, we also on Tuesdays had that. I would get in trouble. It was him and Ben. I was like, that's good.
Yeah, because Ben's pretty good too. But that's one thing. When you guys say something, I rap.
Darnell's really good.
I mean, Counterwell's always going to be his honor.
I just feel bad that we have to show.
Hopefully people were on vacation still yesterday. Really get started.
You know what I mean? I don't expect 11 guys to go swap.
LJ Martin's probably like a plus 80
I feel like
now.
they're sure.
Playing tight end, John?
I was going to ask what's going to be the determining factor. But I know exactly what he's going to say, so you'll have to ask him.
It's just nuts how that they weren't doing that.
I mean, the Martin call's a good one, just because he does.
I don't know if like the NCAA, like when she was grilling them to tell it, so she was right all along. Everyone's saying like Sandra Bullock should have taken that actually like it's not her fault. Well, it's not her fault, but also like she took someone that's actually like so unlikable and made her. That's true. Like,
Looks like I can't wait for the documentary that's titled Blindside.
Blind Two Side. Dude, the memes about it were so funny.
So what time is it? It's also 10 a.m. You're not doing a luncheon, so it's...
We are doing lunch.
Oh, you are?
Luncheon at 1, reception at 7.
He doesn't have the same gaming salary as the others. He doesn't even have the experience the other 4 guys.
It's a dream.
It just means he's not ready to run the conference. It doesn't mean that he can't run it. Yeah, we can sit here watching, put all of us around on the money. Like, ooh, maybe. Can you step up and be ready to run everything that's working? And I hope he gets to that point. Like, I'd love to see it. That'd be awesome.
All right, looks like Tyler's here first, so looks like Tyler will be here first.
I actually can push the button this time. Hey, Tyler.
What's happening? Skinny right up, all right. Yeah? How's that look? Nice and sweaty?
You gotta get it
haven't been
adjusted like a sacrament meeting.
Yeah, race it up and down. Where do you feel like you guys are at right now? You're halfway through camp, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're at a good spot. Not where we want to be, but we've definitely seen some improvement. So I would say we're well on our way. Just again working some things out and getting ready for game 1.
Talk to A-Rod about health, because obviously a couple weeks in, you never know, guys might start getting dinged up. He said pretty much you've dodged most of the big injuries.
Yeah, I would.
How have you guys done that?
I think it's just we've added a lot of support staff this year, right? So new strength training program. A couple new hires that have really, that's been the focus, is just on being at our best when we need to be, right? And so that's how we treat, how we train, how we eat, how we sleep, just everything that we do pretty much is trying to keep us healthy and on the field, right? So
do you feel that? How does that impact you as a player?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think most players, again, always try to be eating the right stuff and getting their sleep, and again, try to train and get strong and stay in shape, all that. But I think, again, this kind of holistic approach that the staff's taken has been awesome. So
You've been doing all that while Coach Kalani has told us this is one of the more physical camps that you guys have run as well. Can you kind of describe just how physical you guys have been through the first 2-ish weeks?
Yeah, I would just say we've hit a lot more. That's really what it's come down to. We spent more time in full pads, and we've spent more time in live team reps, and so overall I would just say, yeah, it definitely has been. We've done a lot more physical contact than I would say in the past.
A lot more tackling all the way through, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Do you feel like this scheme allows for you to tee off more and just go make a play in this game?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's of course this defense very different from what we've ran in the past, and of course a little bit more complicated, a little bit maybe more nuanced, different things like that. But I would absolutely say so. Against our offense, it's a little tricky. Our offense, we know our offense, right? They love a little bit of misdirection, and so it's really good for us on the defensive side of the ball having to go up against our offense every day. I definitely feel like it makes us better. But I would agree, it definitely puts guys in positions to make plays, which is huge.
On the flip side of that question, A-Rod was just talking to us about how some of the pressure packages that the defense have put in have really caused havoc for the offense, and he was complimentary of that. How valuable is it to have him viewing it like that and you viewing it the other way and just both sides viewing it the way you guys are viewing it?
Again, it's huge. Right, it's just mutually beneficial. So it's good for the offense to get those looks, and it's good for us to get the looks that the offense is giving us. So it's at the end of the day, I think it's just making us both better, which is awesome. That's what you want to have. So, okay, sweet, awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Trevor, I got that. Thank you.
Perfect. Good.
That one was early. Yeah. Late.
When BYU played Texas in the past, it was pretty
Exactly. That's what I was getting. But it's later. Texas was
All right, guys. Aiden Robbins will be the last one.
Come on, right up to that mic.
Yo, how y'all doing?
Good, Aiden. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Thoughts about what you've seen from the running backs? And LJ had a pretty good day the other day. So
Yeah, for sure, man. Like all our running backs are ballers. Every single one of them. There's 8 of us. All 8 of us can go. We had, we do like little MVPs and champions after the game, and pretty much every single running back that played was in that conversation. And it's just good, man, because that's kind of what we work for. We're trying to be the best group. Not necessarily in the conference, but in the nation, man. I really think that we have those capabilities. And, we just come out here, we push each other, we hug each other up, and, we just make each other better every day.
Coach said Coach said this has been one of the most physical camps he's been a part of. What's that like running back? Said there's been a lot of hitting and a lot of contact stuff. So.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, that's football. That's what we do. That's the sport we signed up to play. You can't complain whenever, someone tells you to play football. That's what we do. That's what we do for a living. And so, it's good. A lot of people get to talk about, oh, you got to do this and that because we're going into such and such conference. In my eyes, it really doesn't matter. You still got to put the ball down and play. And, whoever is going to come in front of us is going to feel that we've been, preparing physically and mentally for it. So
Tyler was saying that, feel it. Guy likes hanging around.
It's a beehive state, ain't it?
Tyler was saying that he feels like the efforts, through the strength and conditioning and the nutrition and all the other stuff that you guys have done have helped him be able to stay healthy and most of the team stay healthy. How do you feel like that's impacted you as far as being able to stay as close to 100% as you can?
Oh, for sure. They definitely have played a huge part in the success we've had thus far in camp and some of the injury prevention things we've had to go through. We have a really good strength and conditioning staff. Hats off to Coach Phillips and his guys, man, for not necessarily just getting us out here to kill us. They don't try to kill us. They're very smart and technical in their craft and what they do, and that it definitely showcases on the field.
Do you compare it to previous years, like how you feel at different points? Does it compare, or is it just different every year because it's a different, you've had different experiences?
Yeah, it's definitely different because I'm in a different program, but this is probably the best I've felt 3 weeks into camp that I've felt at any other place I've been. Just because of how we do things, how we do things in the weight room and how we practice. This is a very professional program, a very professional institution, and that's how we carry ourselves.
Are there any running backs that you try to study or emulate your game out after?
Yeah. There's a ton. I actually have the guys in the media room. They made me a cut up sometime earlier this year. It's a bunch of last night I was studying a little bit of Leonard Fournette, Josh Jacobs. I just kind of get around, study some of the older guys, Brandon Jacobs. I watch a lot of Eddie George, kind of backs that emulate me and my vitals. But in addition to that, I do study guys that don't necessarily have the same vitals as me, but have certain skill sets that are very sought after, like Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara, and Christian McCaffrey, and various other backs have had a lot of success.
How would you describe your relationship with Keaton Slovis?
Oh, that's my locker buddy. Our lockers are right next to each other. We both came in together. Kind of in the same boat, both of us are trying to, have a great year and lead this team, first year in the Big 12. And, he's a great guy. He's a great leader and an even better person off the field. He's a great friend on top of that. So,
what is it about this offense that you feel brings out maybe the best in you?
Just allowing us to kind of get into space. This offense allows me to kind of showcase all three facets of the game, blocking, catching, and running. And, I really like that. A-Rod is a mastermind. He's one of the best at what he does, and, that was very intriguing for me, and that's part of the reason I came to BYU.
What's the biggest challenge you faced transitioning to this new offense?
I really haven't had a whole lot of challenges, to be honest with you. Probably just, some of the lingo and just learning the playbook, honestly. I mean, I have it down pat. I've been studying really hard since I stepped foot on campus, but at the end of the day, it's football. A lot of the schemes that we run here, I've ran at previous institutions, and it's just nice to get out here and kind of do it live a little bit.
You guys have a pretty deep offensive line. What's that like? Having 5 to 10 guys that you can block for you. What's that like?
That is, it's good because you don't have to have just 5 guys that's playing the entire game. We have like you said, 5 to 10 guys that can interchange throughout the game. We got a future first rounder on our line. We got size, we got speed, and we got guys that give 110% effort, man. And I love all those guys. Whether the top 5 or the bottom 5, I love all those guys the same, and I appreciate everything they do for me.
We heard some good things on Saturday about LJ.
Yeah.
What can you say about the young guy in your position room?
Yeah, LJ, man, he's good. He has tremendous upside. He came in. He studies. He kind of learns after us, takes up after us, and he's very attentive to detail, and he has a very bright future ahead of him.
What can you say about maybe some of the plays that he had? Like, did he have any big plays on Saturday?
Yeah, he did. He had some good reads. He made some good reads, made some good cuts, and like I said, it goes back into him paying attention to detail and just soaking in all the information that we go over in meetings and applying it to the field. And I think LJ's a little ahead of himself in terms of years. He is a freshman, but he doesn't play like a freshman, man. And he's going to be really good. He has a tremendous upside. Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thanks, Ed.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thanks.
You in 2024 for the podcast. It is hot.